No, that's, I think, for the microphone for all.
So we don't have the microphones anymore?
Right? Is that the microphone range?
Just speak loudly in here, so it's not like there's.
Actually, I don't know, 5'8". Probably did good up there. In that category.
That would be. Did we do it in the pre-K board before that? We used to rotate. Yeah. we used to
Yeah,
rotate,
maybe.
do one at every.
The setup won't be as good.
We could, well, what it wouldn't be a bad idea to do one meeting
A year.
Yeah.
You'd have like a home base and then rotating one. But just the sand, the dreaming and all.
Yeah.
Down.
At the time, we didn't have a need to stream.
Yeah.
Hi, Brian. It's gonna be like, what? It's gonna be loud.
You're gonna be full on right there.
It's gonna be speaking very loudly.
Let me know.
Just get around and do some conducting. Must be a siren.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we're gonna do open, open meeting and do pledge and then we'll break that. Then we'll do roll call and swear marker. Make it on the spiel. We're ready when we want.
Okay. Ready? Call to order. The meeting of the South Hunterdon Regional Board of Education is called to order. Adequate notice as required by the Open Public Meetings Act was provided on December the 5th, 2022 by posting the notice with the respective clerks of the city of Lambertville, Borough of Stockton, and the township of West Amwell, and advertised on December the 8th, 2022 in the Hunterdon County Democrat and the Trenton Times newspaper. Please stand for the flag salute. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We need to do a roll call.
We're gonna do it after.
Okay, so folks, we have a really great show for you tonight.
Yeah, we've been, each month highlighting some of our students, last couple of months with LPS and West Amwell. So tonight we have the privilege, after coming off two, amazing concert last week and our middle schoolers the week before. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Stevens and our jazz band.
Thanks so much for the Hunterdon Jazz Band. It's an extracurricular group, meets after school once a week on Wednesdays from 3 to 4. As you can see, we're a really talented group of student musicians working really hard, learning all kinds of things jazz related. So different styles of music, improvisation, soloing. Speaking of which, want to highlight two of our sophomores, Seth Boyer and Healy, who just soloed in that one. For you tonight, we're going to perform a sort of jazz variation of the swing march, or the march from the Nutcracker. So this is the swing march from the Nutcracker. Hope you enjoy. We'll see you back at Festival of the Arts in February for our next performance.
Thank you, Mr. Thanks, everyone. Then I think we're gonna go with our new board member, has their oath, then after that, we'll do roll call.
So folks, as our last meeting, we had a vacancy on the board. Our last meeting, we had two outstanding candidates who came. The board had an opportunity to discuss them, and we appointed Martha Dennis to fill the unexpired term of one of the seats from Lambertville. So Martha is going to take the oath of office. We're going to swear her in, and then we'll call the roll, and the full board will be together.
Would you like me to state?
I think,
Yes.
you understand?
I, Martha Dennis, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey. And I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and the governments established in the United States and this state under the authority of the people. I, Martha Dennis, do solemnly swear that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law for the office of a member of the Board of Education, that I am not disqualified as a voter pursuant to RS 19-4-1, nor disqualified due to conviction or crime or offense listed in New Jersey State Statute 18A 12-1, and I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all duties of that office according to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
Amen.
Welcome to the board. You can sign down at the bottom, and then you can send it on down. All right, Mr. Harris, I think we're ready for roll call.
All right, Martha Dennis,
Here, present.
Gina Fischetti,
Here.
Brian Keys, Kevin Kowaleski,
Here.
Tracy Petrucci,
Here.
Diana Purcell,
Here.
Megan Warner,
Here.
Ronnie Todd Marino,
Here.
Jim Gallagher.
Here. Okay, next up, our PTO, LEF update. PTA, PTO. Right up.
Hey, everybody. Steph couldn't make it. She's traveling tomorrow, so she asked me to read for LPS. So they have some upcoming sixth grade fundraisers. They're hosting a bake sale at a concert this Wednesday, 12/20. There's a flyer circulating for a Christmas tree pickup. The dates will be January 7th, 14th, and the 21st. See the flyer for the link to a Google form to sign up and a contact. There's a give back event at Urban Air Trampoline and Adventure Park in Willowbrook, Pennsylvania, January 21st. Valentine's Dance is on February 2nd at LPS, well, LPS location, and there's a joint athlete plus arcade event at 2:25, and there's more details to come on. And then now for Los Animals. Good evening, everybody, and I'll try to keep it short, but our holiday shop that we held at the beginning of December was a huge success. It earned the PTO a little over $1,400, so thank you to all of our shoppers and to our chair, Jennifer, as well. Our next Kids Night Out event is Friday, January 5th, after a long winter break. Drop kids with us, and we'll take a break from that. Families can sign up at NTK as usual. The event is 6:30 to 9 p.m. and what's it? Our sixth graders are still working hard. The last fundraiser that they just held is just wrapping up this week, and they're selling luminaries. Each kit is $10 and needs enough materials to make 10 of them. They're on sale until 12/20. During our last district parent council meeting, we continued the conversation of a district-wide parent organization. We discussed pros and cons and whether or not there was a need for one, and we discussed what next steps would be. We decided on a survey and to form a committee. The survey will go out district-wide. There will be an opportunity to sign up for the committee at that time as well. During the meeting, I proposed a structure to the group for some feedback. The structure would consist of one president and one treasurer for the whole district, vice president, corresponding secretary, and reporting secretary in each building. The role of the president and the treasurer will most likely be just administrative work. The roles of the vice president and secretaries would be more hands-on positions. The pros of this is we save a lot of operating costs. Our operating costs yearly, like they vary anywhere between like $1,000 to $1,500 a year, which is a lot of money for a small school district. So we would pay on insurance and membership platform, stuff like that. We started the process of reaching out for legal advice and how to move forward with tax ID and all of that. So if anyone's interested in joining, please consider joining the committee and please fill out the survey. We have a lot of work to do. It's going to be a lot of work, and I look forward to what the future holds for the parent organization of the district. And then on behalf of the PTO, I would like to say good luck and thank you to Ms. Sargent and Ms. Carbone. They'll be greatly missed. We wish them the best of luck in their retirement journey. And on behalf of the PTO, I would like to also thank Diana Purcell. Her dedication to our school and community is not gone unnoticed. This is a pretty thankless job at times, and she did it with grace and a smile. So we wish her the best of luck in all of her future endeavors. Almost done, sorry. And then thank you all for your hard work throughout the year. We definitely appreciate all of your hard work, and you guys do a great job. And then we do not have a meeting this month, but we'll see everyone in June. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll just follow up just quickly, one more thing. So 6 years on the Board of Education is not an easy thing to do with time commitments beyond just our meetings, but committees, and Diana, you've done an amazing job over the last 6 years. You're one of the few members left on the board who actually hired me, 4 years ago. And I just feel like each and every day, you are even keel, you listen to everyone's perspectives. You always want to put the district first and do what's best for the district. And you are an amazing board member, and we're going to miss you. So I wanted to give you a certificate on behalf of the district, just to kind of recognize you for your time in the district.
Thank
you.
Go after me.
No,
What's that?
I was gonna do that at the end.
At the end of the
Yeah,
meeting?
we'll do
You want me to wait then?
All right,
I have some words to say. Should I say that now, or do you want me to?
why don't we go through the
Later.
meeting and then let's end with that. Is that
Okay. That works.
All right, so let's see, we don't have an LAAF update for this evening. Our student representative is,
Is not here. Unfortunately, she's under the weather as well.
okay,
So, but she did share a few things with me, so I'll read them. Just a few updates. So our Key Club did visit. You might have saw this on our Facebook and Instagram, the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen, serving lunch to approximately 200 individuals and families, 250 individuals and families recently. We had our middle school and high school concert band and chorus groups perform for West Amwell and LPS students on Friday, December 15th. And we will be having our senior citizen annual holiday luncheon this coming Wednesday. And we had, as I mentioned before, two amazing middle school and high school band and chorus concerts in the last 2 weeks. FFA took an annual holiday trip to Longwood Gardens this past Thursday. We had the Lambertville Elks free throw shooting contest that took place on December 9th. And, we had put out some pictures from that, but I just really appreciate our basketball players from our team volunteering and spending time with our young ones. I think that's really important and helping to work with our contestants. And then finally, this coming Wednesday, we're actually having a volleyball tournament after school, which will consist of students, staff. It is a fundraiser, so there's a nominal fee for each participant. And then the winning team will be able to take those funds and donate it to a charity of their choice. So that's coming up this Wednesday.
they did the volleyball last year and it was a lot of.
It was great, yeah.
So, and I think I'd be remiss if I didn't mention we had one of the free throw shooting champions in the audience too, right? Correspondence, I don't believe that we had any this past month, but if we did, it would be posted on the website. So with that, I will look for a motion to approve the minutes of the November 27th regular meeting and the executive board minutes. So moved by Megan, thank you, and second by Diana, thank you. Any discussion on those minutes? Martha, you may want to abstain from this vote since you weren't part of that, and that's fine. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Anyone else need to abstain? Okay. With that, I think that brings us to.
Yeah, it's my update. Not too many things tonight. I'll keep it brief. Just a couple things I wanted to mention. It's an exciting time. We just recently made our selections for our Governor's Educators of the Year, 2023-24. So I wanted to share that, I think, for the first time in public. And then obviously there'll be a lot more happening in the coming months. For LPS, we have Joanna Silverman and Thomas McLaughlin. For West Amwell, we have Taylor LeBeau, who's in the audience tonight, and then Jean Marie Slover. And then for the middle school, high school, we have Christine Diley and Tom Bill. So as we've done in the past, we will honor those at our March Board of Education meeting. There's a luncheon later in the year for all the educators of the year for Hunterdon County, which we get together at. So they'll be on tour for the next couple of months as we celebrate all their great accomplishments. So congratulations to all our educators of the year winners this year. Okay, just as a follow-up from last month, we talked about how we were fortunate, one of 5 districts in Hunterdon County to be awarded the high impact tutoring grant. So we just wanted to let you know that letters and permission forms will be going out tomorrow to our students who we would hope that will participate. And then we have not done this before, so this will be new. Upon our return from break, we will have a family informational night for any parents of students who will be participating. We think it's really, really important for our parents to know exactly what we'll be doing with our students during this time, and also so they can reinforce what we're doing at home. So look out for that as soon as we get back from winter break. So I wanted to give an update on that. And then just some construction updates. You know, as we look at our pre-K4, it's really coming together. So our new addition in the front is framed out. So as you walk in now, you can see the library, the main office, principal's office, the nurse's office, the vestibule. It's really neat to kind of see everything framed out the way it's going to look. So again, we're making great progress. Everything is on schedule for a June completion date. And then you can see actually inside, this is part of the library inside of the building, which is pretty neat. And then as we look at the 5-8, just a couple updates I wanted to provide. So what you'll notice with our site work is they are actually working on putting the parking lot area out, you know, designed preliminarily with the bus loop and kind of drop off in this area here and parking. And then what you'll also notice is that we had a lot of rock on the site. So the question came up, you know, what are we going to do with all this rock? We're either going to have to haul it away, right? And then bring fill in. Or what we decided to do is, and you've probably seen this machine out there, we have a machine that's actually taking the rock and crumbling it into fine fill. So right here in this picture, you see kind of this little ramp. That is all the rocks that have been crushed from this pile. And the nice thing is we will take that and be able to use it on the site rather than having to bring in fill, which is going to save money. So as you look through some of this, you'll see this is kind of the parking lot area in the loop. And here you can see this will be the building pad, all right, of where the building will go. So you can see a lot of different angles of the site, all the different things that have been happening. And then just an update as we talk about DEP permitting. So I think the last meeting we had mentioned we were in the process of the public registry. So that is public comment on our WQMP, our water quality management plan. That ended on December 6th. So we are anticipating getting that permit hopefully within the next 2 weeks, by the end of December, which is a big step for us to be able to hopefully, when we get back from winter break, start constructing the building. But there is a lot happening still on the site, and they're making progress each and every day. So I just wanted to give a quick little update on our construction. Any questions from the board?
Okay. With that, we move to the first period of public comment. This is open for any comment on any item on the agenda or anything you wish to bring before the board. Just ask that you make your statement to the board and try and keep it to 3 minutes or less. Does anyone have anything they'd like to bring before the board this evening?
We have one from home.
Okay.
Just came in. We believe it's Matt Larkin. Yes. Member Bill, I want to thank the entire board for their service in 2023. Thank you to Martha Dennis for stepping up to support our community. I wish each of you happy holidays.
Very nice. Thank you, Matt. Okay, so if there is no other comment, I will close this period of public comment. There will be another one later in the meeting. Another opportunity to speak. But we will move to our committee reports and we'll begin with buildings, grounds, transportation, finance, and safety. This is Priscilla.
I'll give my last report. So we met last week on the 14th. During our meeting, we met with our auditors to go over the findings of the recent audit. I don't believe there were any major recommendations. Things that they recommended last year were addressed in a timely fashion. We talked about our well room upgrades. I don't think we're approving anything for that, but we are transferring money out of maintenance reserve to pay for a water treatment filtration tanks that are being installed. But again, I don't think that's up for approval. There are a couple of contracts. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Some of the contracts up for approval. Fortisoft, you'll see on there is for the well room upgrades. And then Safeway contracting, which is another more significant one. It's for the roof work at pre-K 4 building. We'll be approving the change order, which, as Tony described, for the crushing of the rocks, which created the fill, which we could then use for their construction project. And lastly, as I always do, just wanted to report for our ARM investing, which again was the money that we invested our referendum funds into to gain interest. At this point, we've gained about 1.5 million in interest. So that's extra money that we have now to use towards the projects. And our new school bus has arrived. Very exciting.
Excellent.
So with that, we'll move items A through N.
So moved. Mrs. Purcell, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Patchouli. Any discussion on items A through M? If not, let's vote.
Martha Dennis, Gina
LPS.
Fischetti,
Yes.
Brian Keys,
Yes.
Kevin Kowaleski,
Yes.
Trace Patchouli,
Yes.
Diana Purcell,
Yes.
Megan Warner,
Yes.
Ronnie Todd Marino,
Yes.
Jim Gallagher.
Yes. A little disconfitting the disembodied voice of
I know.
Andrew Harris
That's
floating
like
through the
our
halls here. Personnel. Megan?
We did meet, Eagle Flight tonight, so I'll keep it brief. We have two exciting new appointments. We have a new school nurse starting at West Hampton Township, Jody Tomar. And we are also appointing a guidance counselor here at the middle school and high school, Data Tech. We're excited about both of those candidates, and with that, I will move items A and B.
So moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Gina, thank you very much. Any discussion on items A and B? If not, let's vote.
Starting with Gina Fischetti,
Yes.
Brian Keys,
Yes.
Kevin Kowaleski,
Yes.
Trace Patchouli,
Yes.
Diana Purcell,
Yes.
Megan Warner,
Yes.
Martha Dennis,
Yes.
Ronnie Todd Marino,
Yes.
Jim Gallagher.
Yes.
Thank
next,
you.
sorry. Oh,
Okay.
oh, you had something else to say, Andrew. Next up, curriculum and technology.
Yes.
Ms.
We did meet. Just quickly, we went through an overview of the Flex program. Just one thing I want to call out there is that the district did take a look at the Flex program about, I don't know, a month or so in to see how it was progressing and found some areas for improvement with which they did implement changes for. And now they're starting to see some real progress being made in terms of, you know, the original goals of the Flex program so that it doesn't fall into some of the victims of the House program that we had in the past. So it is accomplishing what we had hoped for, which was requested extra help, enrichment, AP, in targeted instruction and other clubs and rehearsals that are taking place during that session. I won't talk about the high impact tutoring because Tony already covered it, but I will talk about the gifted and talented assessment that has been kicked off. The meetings began with parent groups and focus groups starting. And we are expecting the report out from that in April. And so they'll continue their work and effort there. And I don't have anything to move for approval tonight.
And there is nothing to move for policy.
Policy did not meet.
Policy did not meet this. So we'll go to the school and community, Ms. Todd Marina.
That did not
We did
mean.
not meet either.
They did not.
And
meet
school and
either.
community did not meet this month. So nothing to report.
It's a very short time between Thanksgiving and this meeting, so not a lot of time. With that, we'll go to routine information items. We need a motion to accept the harassment, intimidation, and bullying report. Megan, thank you very much. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Second for Brian. Thank you very much. Any discussion on the HIB report for last month? That is a voice vote, I believe, right? So we can do all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone feel a need to abstain? You can abstain, sir. So that motion will pass though. We are reporting here that fire drills and safety drills were held at all of the schools during the month of November in accordance with the state law. And so that brings us to our second period of public comment. Once again, we'll open the meeting. If anyone in the public has something they would like to say, same rules. Just let us know your name and your community. Try to keep your comments to 3 minutes and address them to the board. Does anyone have anything they'd like to bring before the board this evening? Seeing none, I will close the period of public comment. Mr. Schuster, do we have anything electronically?
We do not.
Okay, then I will close that period of public comment. And with that, I'd like to invite Tracy to say a few words about Diana, who was
Yeah.
noted as leaving. This is her last meeting as a board member after 6 years. So-
Yeah, so as a member and representative for West Amwell Township, I wanted to thank Diana for her commitment to the West Amwell community and to the district staff, students, and administration. The last few years of being a board member here at South Hunterdon School District has brought its share of challenges and difficult decisions. You have always faced these challenges with grace, a voice of reason, and a positive and productive approach for the benefit of the district students, faculty, staff, and of course for our community. West Amwell Township has been very lucky to have your level of engagement, your willingness to share your vast experience and reasonable logic for all of our important decisions, which are always made in what this board feels is in the best interest of all of our stakeholders. I look forward to your continued engagement with this administration as a member of our community and to share your knowledge and experience with this board as it is invaluable. You have always, and I have no doubt you will continue to represent the best interest of our community and of this district. I want to wish you all the best, and although I will miss not being able to sit next to you at this table, I look forward to seeing your smiling face as you get to sit on the other side. Thanks.
And I know Diana has a few remarks, but before she does anyone else have anything they'd like to say? So if you don't.
Okay, if you don't.
Diana, you have the floor.
Oh, thank you. So I wrote down some things because I'm not good at speaking off the cuff, especially when there's emotion, and surprisingly to some, there is some emotion involved in this tonight. So as this chapter comes to a close, it's very bittersweet. I've of course been reflecting heavily on my time on the Board of Ed and service to the larger community. Ironically, the amount of years I spent on the board is exactly equivalent to the amount of years I spent as a student in SHR, and I swear that was not by design. Seriously though, my years as a student of SHR were extremely rewarding and helped shape who I am today. And that is a big part of why my husband and I chose to remain here in West Amwell and have our children educated in the district. As many know and can imagine, the experience has been extremely challenging and extremely rewarding for many reasons. I do not have a professional background, excuse me, in education. So there was a very steep and quick learning curve when first becoming a board member. You're essentially hitting the ground running. The position requires a very serious commitment to immediately learning to fulfill the duties successfully while simultaneously getting right down to business. For me, this was all while balancing a full-time, extremely demanding career and of course being present for my family. The reward for me came in the experiences and lessons in the past 6 years. The hours can be very long and stressful, but as my official service draws to an end, I can look back and be proud of the things we've all accomplished and the contributions that I have made. Recently, one of the partners in my firm shared a quote from Carol Lawson, who's the Duke University women's basketball coach, and it's really stuck with me, honestly guided me personally, professionally, and quite honestly over my last few years on the board. We all wait in life for things to get easier. It will never get easier. What happens is you become someone who handles hard stuff better. It's a mental shift that has to occur in each of our brains. It has to, because if you go around waiting for stuff to get easier in life, it's never going to happen. We have so many strong emotions in our community, which is difficult at times, but also a blessing. Because when you really weed through it, we all care and are all passionate about this district and our children. What happens in this district directly affects two very important and cherished things. First, our children's education and future, and second is how hard our hard-earned money is spent. There are a lot of things to be frustrated with, and I 1000% get that. But the only productive way to work through that is to have difficult conversations and taking time to really listen and understand each other, most especially differing perspectives, and then trying to meet somewhere in the middle. Whether you believe it or not, our kids are all watching, listening, and following our lead. Let's show them that despite all of our differences, we can and want to work together to give them the best educational experience possible. I promise to always give this district the benefit of the doubt and keep open lines of communication in both directions. We have something very special here, and it's why my parents moved our family here over 30 years ago. And again, why my husband and I choose to live and raise our family here. Our size and close-knit dynamic allows all of our voices to be heard, acknowledged, and be impactful, but only if we choose to have open, honest, and respectful conversations with each other. I may not have an official capacity, but I'll still be around, whether you like it or not, and I'll always support our students, administrators, and staff. So I'll close with some thank yous. First, Tony, Andrew, and our awesome administration, faculty, and staff. There's so much talent and heart in such a small district, and we're lucky to have you here. It was my pleasure to support you and try to help, even if in small ways, for those who dedicate so much time to our students. To board members past and present, for your insight and the grace you have given me to grow in this role. It's impossible for 9 people from 3 different communities and varying experiences to agree on everything. But despite disagreements, we've largely been able to respectfully work together, compromise when necessary, and hold each other accountable to ensure we are all being objective in our decision-making. This community should demand nothing less from its board members and, quite honestly, each other. To those community members, family, and friends who truly supported me. When you serve as a public figure, it brings the best and worst out of people, and you quickly find out who really knows you, listens to you, and believes in you. So I'm thankful for those that stood by, trusted, and loved me through the process. And lastly, but certainly not least, I want to thank Brent, Tristan, and Antonia right there for putting up with the countless hours spent away from you in meetings and discussions and the roller coaster of emotions that many times accompanied. This is probably one of the most difficult experiences I've gone through. I've learned and grown, and I'm no doubt a better person because of it. There is no way I could have done this without your support, and I hope to have made you proud. And then Michael, I wish you the best of luck as I pass the baton, but have no doubt that you will be a valuable and important member of this board. And I look forward to seeing your contributions and perspective from a different capacity. Now I'm going to very much enjoy my suddenly very open calendar and just being a community member and parent. Thank you.
Well, I'd just like to say, as you said, you can most certainly look back on all that we've accomplished for 6 years and be proud, knowing that you were one of the driving forces that make it happen. Effective leaders are those who can be strong without being bullying, being rude. Ms. Hardigan said it best when she said, did it with grace and smile. You were never afraid to ask tough questions, but you were also not afraid to put in the work, listen, and get the other people's perspective. So you've left South Hunterdon better, excuse me. I hate this stuff. Sorry. You've left us a better place than you found it. And it's been a privilege and a pleasure. So with that, let's, we have a need to go into a very brief executive session. I don't think it'll take very long, maybe 15 minutes at most. There will be no action taken after that executive session. Can I have a motion to go into executive session at 7:37, please?
So
Megan, thank you. Diana, thank you.